Hi, welcome back to Pieces of Western New York, where we meet with cool people doing cool things, making Western New York a cool place to be. We're here today in Snyder. Snyder is a part of Amherst and a really walkable community. We're going to be meeting here with Julie Blackman of Farmers and Artisans today. But if you haven't been to Snyder, really great community with a number of different shops. There's a couple jewelers here, Spot Coffee, all sorts of stores and restaurants. And it's a really great place for real estate. They tend to be older homes, a lot of character, really popular place for people to be looking for properties. But we're going to go in here today and talk to Julie. So Julie, thank you for sitting down.
Yes, of course.
Good to see you again. Yes. So I thought this would be a great place to come in Snyder. Obviously, I've known you for years.
Right.
And you could talk about how Farmers and Artisans came to be.
Well, sure. So kind of backing up a little bit more, is my family has a farm up in Niagara County.
Yep.
Blackman Homestead Farm, and we have a 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐿 apple business. I'm sixth generation on the family farm.
Oh, wow.
So it kind of started in my blood there.
Yeah.
Evolved into a healthcare career that I eventually gave up and decided to come back to my family's farm. And then developed a value-added product line, met a bunch of people, decided on needing a brick and mortar in the area, and it kind of evolved from there, starting plans probably 14, 15 years ago. Okay. So here we are in Snyder now, and enjoying being part of the neighborhood here.
So you opened 14, 15 years ago? Was that
We
that long?
opened about, I think we're 11, 12 years ago, starting in Williamsville, and then we've been in this spot here for 11 years
I forgot
already.
about this small spot village.
And we kind of outgrew there and decided to move to this great location here in Snyder on a corner. It's lovely. And about 11 years ago, we've been in this location already.
That's amazing.
So
I know you, I think you focus a lot on local suppliers, correct? Was that the impetus behind Farmers and Artisans versus some of the bigger stores we see?
So with me growing up on a family farm for generations and being connected agriculturally, of course, that was one of our big motives and drives for my family, for other families. And we wanted to have a brick and mortar that kind of represented us as well as everyone else in the community agriculturally, as well as the other part of it, artisans, which is kind of small scale producers. So people who are just really caring about local food, quality food, small batch, trying to do the right thing, employing local people, using small local businesses. So kind of an uber local feel to it.
That's amazing.
With great flavors and great quality, that come along with it.
Well, and I feel like the selection that I see from local farmers and, like you said, artisans is always expanding.
It is. We source mostly from Western New York, but then New York State is a huge agricultural state. We get a lot from the Finger Lakes. We get a lot, some from Hudson Valley area, Long Island. So we really try to support our local region, and then as well as New York State. Yeah. We do have a few small scale things from Vermont, a cheese from Pennsylvania, things like that, but where they it's a family business, family feel that kind of meets our requirements, but it was something that maybe we didn't have right here in New York State. Yeah. But our state is really pretty amazing with what is produced in it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So let's talk about the surrounding community. I know you were saying that you feel like there's a lot of young families that are coming in lately. You see more people coming in from out of town.
Right.
How do you, what do you see changing around
here? We love being part of the neighborhood here. Our business neighbors are amazing, as well as our residential neighbors and customers that come in here. Yeah, we're right on the corner, so we love that. But we get to know everyone's names. They're so loyal to us. We've seen a lot of new people coming in, and it's exciting. A lot of younger families who kind of are interested in really what they're eating. They're cooking more at home. They want to feed their kids better. They don't want processed foods. They want to know where their food comes from.
I was going to do that. Do you see more of a clientele that's probably more interested in
as of
organic products, less
maybe just
processing?
Not so much organic, but you're right. Less processed, minimal ingredients, fresh. Because I live up in Niagara County at our family's farm, I'm bringing in produce every day.
Wow.
During our produce season, we'll ramp up in a couple weeks for that. Okay. We get deliveries frequently. So I'm fortunate because I'm just very well connected with all of our farmers and have wonderful relationships with them that really we can bring in some great stuff. Yeah. And families are caring about that more. Yeah. Like
more
you
so
said,
do you
less
think 11 years ago? That's shifted?
I feel like 11 years ago when we started, kind of the push was local.
Yeah.
And it should be. But I think
Absolutely.
that has become embedded into COVID push that as well. Like we want to support local. We need to support small family farms that are, especially in our, our state, they're dropping left and right. We need to support all of that, better use of agricultural land. And that has been reinforced, for 10 years. But I'm noticing, and probably part of it is post-pandemic, and part of it is people being in tune to what they're eating and the ramifications of that.
Yeah.
That they're asking questions of minimally processed, not organics per se, because not everything here is organic or grown organically. But like I said, minimally processed, few ingredients.
Okay.
Freshness. Flavors from around our region are amazing.
Okay.
So they care about what they're feeding themselves and their families for better health.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, and speaking of that, I know I've done, I think you call it a produce share. I was thinking a farm share.
Right.
I've done a soup share in collaboration with my friend Beth. But you guys do a number of things like that where people do subscribe in some way and come in regularly, correct?
So, and that started as a way for us. So the share programs are where you prepay for a window of time, and by prepaying, you get a discount, but then you come in weekly for milk, eggs, soup, kombucha. We have bootleg kombucha on tap, so kombucha shares. And then we'll be starting our produce shares in June coming up.
Okay.
Where we'll run 20 weeks and customers come in weekly to pick up fresh produce every week. So it started as a way for us to manage our inventory, to market, to get people in the door on a weekly basis.
Sure.
And it still has that purpose. But boy, you get to know people when they're coming in every week for their milk and eggs.
Right.
And then they're seeing what else is for sale.
Well, and it's social.
We watch their
It's
kids
not just
grow.
going to the store, but coming in and seeing
And a lot of,
doing.
since when we started, kids going off to college, and we're like, we can't believe we hug them goodbye. People move and they come in and hug us goodbye. So it's really become part of their lives. And it's important to us too that their children are respecting and understanding quality, good local food.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're helping to embed that with people.
Yeah.
So yes, when we moved here from Williamsville, we needed to expand our space. And so what it did was allow us, I have a bakery here as well. I have chefs in a prepared foods kitchen.
Yeah.
We were able to expand our beer and hard cider sales right here. We developed a lot of our prepared foods, grab-and-go salads, sandwiches, and then a lot of prepared food entrees. We're very well known for our soups and our frozen prepared foods where people can come in and bake those at home. We have a great Saturday morning buzz in here. We have butter block croissants on Saturday mornings, along with our own breakfast sandwiches.
Breakfast sandwiches.
Yes, very, very popular. We sell those from 8 to 1 on Saturdays. People love those.
What do you find people come in most often for?
I think people come in a lot for the eggs and milk, some of the basics. Our bakery does really well. Our fresh baked scones, all great ingredients. Muffins, our cookies are hugely popular. We sell a lot of cookies, great ingredients. And then, of course, our produce. So once we get rolling with our produce season, people will be grabbing fresh produce all the time. Breakfast sandwiches, like I said, are super popular on Saturdays. And then we do have a line of pantry items and dried goods. So we kind of cover the gamut that you can shop for anything you need here, really with just a small local feel.
Yeah. Oh, great. Julie, thank you again for sitting down with us. I appreciate it.
Yes, and appreciate you asking me.
Oh, of course. Of course. So if people want to find you, website, social handles, how should they do that?
So it's farmersandartisans.com.
Okay.
And then Farmers and Artisans in Instagram as well as Facebook.
Perfect.
And our location is 4557 Main Street in Snyder. We're just one light east of Harlem.
Perfect. Yeah, you're very central.
Yes,
Easy to find.
easy, and parking in the back along Main Street and a parking lot in the back as well.
Yeah. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pieces of Western New York. Please remember to subscribe as we will be talking with more people doing cool things around Western New York.